Alright everyone, it's Kevin. I'm back with another video here today. We're going to be installing the Dyna-Glo. It is a 10 to 20,000 BTU vent-free heater. It's the Blue Flame. So I did a few videos before this, and actually I was setting it up so I could run the pipe through the wall, because I have a heater on one side of the house and I wanted to run a pipe through there and run a heater in the living room. So this is the heater we're going to be installing today. So if you guys want, come along and watch how it's done. Alright, here is a kit that I had bought to hook the heater up. All the attachments you need to hook to a 1/2-inch steel pipe is in here to hook this heater up. And I will leave a link on Amazon for this and the heater itself. So definitely look down below if you guys are interested in this, because you can get it cheaper than you can get it at Lowe's, and it's free shipping from Amazon. So I'll leave a link down below, the 20,000 BTU heater and the kit to hook it up with. So let's get to putting this bad boy on the wall. Alright, when you very first want to install a heater, you got to make sure you have the clearances that's on the box. From the ceiling down, there's not much of a clearance from the floor, but walls and that, you need some type of clearance in there. And on your box it will show you, or in your manual it will show you your clearances. So that you want to be clear of first. As you can see right there at the floor there, we have the pipe coming through the wall, and that's where we're going to be hooking up. Okay, the first thing you want to do is locate where you want your heater on the wall. So basically it's telling you to tape it on there and mark only the 2 outside holes. I don't understand why they tell you only do the 2 outside holes, but if I don't think it's enough, I'm going to put one in all 4 holes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tape off. I've already taken a pencil. I set a level on the top of here and made sure my bracket was perfectly level, and took a pencil and marked my holes. Now I'm going to go ahead and mark all 4 of these. I know they're telling you only use 2, but I don't understand why. So I'm going to mark all 4 of mine. Alright, on this side we're going to use the 9/64 drill bit down through here, and they give you a wall anchor for drywall because I'm not hitting any stud here. So we're going to put the anchor in here, but the other one we're going to use the 9/64 drill bit on it because it has a stud over there. Now that's what your wall anchor looks like. We're going to take it, smash together, and we're going to slip it through that hole. Now when we put our screw in there, it's going to expand inside there and tighten up real tight. But now, like I said, with the other one over here, on this side, this one right here, we're just going to use the small drill bit, because we have a stud in there. I checked that and I got a stud back here. It's much better to run that thing in a stud than it is to run it just with them anchors. So now we got them on there, we can go ahead and get our bracket installed.
That's that first?
Yeah, we'll do this one first. So you got a pretty long screw here you're going to put in. We're just going to go ahead and snug them up. Hey, that's tightening up on there pretty good. And then now this side, we didn't put the anchor in this one because it's one into the stud. Now I didn't drill out the middle ones, but if I see that there's any weakness to this thing at all, I'm going to keep them parts and I'll take this heater back down and put them on. But that's what they tell you to do, so that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to get our heater hung up here and see what it looks like. Now that heater just hangs on these two hooks here in the back. It just hangs right there. Now there's a couple little pieces we need to put on the back of this first, but I just want to line it up and make sure my plumbing is going to be okay underneath. I think it should be okay. So this heater is pretty cool because you can actually hook it up to natural gas, or you can hook it up to liquid propane. So if for some reason your gas went out and you needed heat and you couldn't get natural gas anymore, you could always switch this thing over and use liquid propane. Alright, on the back of this, they give you these two little spacers are to be put in the back of it to keep it from touching the wall. So pretty simple.
I don't know if it matters which way they go.
Not really.
Okay.
I guess they don't put them on there for shipping purposes, so you have to put them on yourself. Not a big deal. Actually, I got Julie doing it for me. Okay, on the bottom of here, you have two fittings. You have a liquid propane and a natural gas. They both have warning tags on them. You will need an Allen wrench to take these out. You're only going to take one out. If you're using natural gas, you're going to pull this one out, and this is where your gas supply line is going to hook to. If you're using propane, look for the one that says propane, and that is going to be the one you hook to. Now on the back of your stove, I took this little screw out right here. You'll see a circle, a plate of metal, and you'll see natural gas and liquid propane. And if you pull this little cap off here, it's got a lever. It's got a knob right here. It's set on liquid propane right now. I'm going to be using natural gas, so I'm going to switch it to natural gas. I had to push down and turn. It wouldn't turn unless I pushed it down. So I pushed it down and turned it to natural gas. So I'm going to put the little cap back on and put my screw back in it. Since we got this thing up on the couch here, we're going to go ahead and take this plug out of the natural gas one, because this is where we're going to be tapping in our gas line. Now you want to make sure you have the correct tape for this, for the natural gas. I use a putty. I'll show you that here in just a bit. Okay, now we're going to be getting the parts out of our little kit that I showed you. Now the paste, the plumbing, like the tape that I would use, I use the joint compound. It's pipe joint compound, and it's really good for these gas lines. They actually give you tape in the kit when you get it, but I'm just going to be using this, and we're just going to put a light layer of this on these pipe threads all the way around. And I could leave a link to Amazon for you in the description below for this compound too, if you'd want to use it. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to get this thing tightened up in here. Okay, you don't have to over tighten these, just get them snugged up really good. Okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to do the same thing we did to the little pipe we put on the bottom of the heater. We're going to go ahead and take some of our pipe dope here, or pipe putty. We don't want it really heavy on there, but we want a thin layer all the way around it. And we're going to be installing a shutoff right here, because we want to be able to shut these heaters down just in case we need to clean them. We want to make sure we can turn the gas off. So we're going to go ahead and tighten this one down, and then we'll get you guys right back in here. Alright, that's good and tight. So now we're basically ready for our heater now. There's not a whole lot to this, but we still have to come back and check for leaks. We want to make sure there's no gas leaks, and we'll be doing that in the video too. Okay, we have one last little thing to do. We have to hook up this pipe, and this pipe is the supply line to the heater. So we're going to go ahead. This doesn't take any putty or anything like that on it because it has flared ends on it. Okay, that's how I ran my pipe, the supply line, because it was a little bit longer than I needed, but I think it's okay. And I made sure it wasn't touching anything. That line's not touching anything through there, so we don't want anything to be able to maybe rub a hole in it. So we're done as far as that goes. Now we just got some other stuff here to do. I see they got some plastic and stuff in there for where they shipped it. We have to take all this out, and then there's a battery that got to go in this thing too. I'm not crazy about having the battery assist igniter, but I guess that's what they put on all of them now. Okay, we're going to go ahead and check for leaks, and you're probably wondering why I'm on this side of the wall on this heater, but if you guys have been paying attention to my videos, if you watched the last one, we built this copper line, and then we built the pipe that went through the wall. I showed you how to thread that black iron pipe at home, and so we're going to check for leaks over here and over there, and I got a little bit of water and maybe a teaspoon of soap in here, and all I'm going to do is shake it up. And what that does, it gives us a bunch of bubbles, and that's what we're looking for. We're wanting bubbles. Because if there would be a gas leak, now I do have the gas on now on full pressure, and we're just going to take some bubbles and take them and put them all over these fittings. So if there's any leak, then bubbles are going to grow. They're going to get big. It's pretty simple, and we'll do this with the one inside too, over there on the other side. Now you could take a spray bottle if you'd like and spray that down, but if there would be any leak, you would see the bubble grow. It would just get bigger and bigger and bigger. And right now I don't see anything on these, and they look pretty good. No air bubbles blowing up anywhere. We'll leave that set on there just a little bit, and we'll come back and look at it and maybe test it one more time. But we're going to go in the living room where the other heater is. I'm going to shake our bottle up, go in there and do it too. You want to make sure every fitting gets some of this soap on it. Everywhere. Where's my little flashlight, Jewel?
It's out here.
It's a little dark under here, so I'm going to take a flashlight just to make sure I can see okay. So you want to catch these leaks right now. And so far everything looks pretty good. We're going to go ahead and turn the gas on to the heater. That way this valve here, if there's any leak in here or up in here, it would be getting bubbles. So I think we're okay. I really honestly think we're okay. I don't see anything. And the pipe is not touching anything down inside of here. It's just hanging there by itself. Okay, so we double checked for leaks again out there where we started and back underneath here, and we have no leaks. So now we're ready to we inserted a battery in the top here where that little push button is, and I put the positive side up, and you just unscrew it on the top. Let me show you here. Just unscrew this knob right here, and there's a battery underneath of here. I'll unscrew it for you. You can see there's a battery right there, positive end up, and just screw it back down on. Now this is at a battery assist igniter. Now when you're going to light this thing, you want to turn it to pilot, make sure it's turned on pilot, and push it down. Now this is going to take a very long time because, don't forget, we put all new lines in there, and it's just a small pilot light that you're trying to run the gas through. So every once in a while, try it and see if it lights. If it don't, just hold it down. You have to give it time with these new gas lines. Okay, it took me a few minutes of pushing that pilot down to finally get it to light. So it did take a little bit. Like I said, don't forget we're filling up gas lines. So we're going to go ahead and turn the heater on and see if she'll light up. Well, there she be. There's our heater. This thing is going to be a beast in the winter, so if we have it on, it's probably not going to be any higher than the very lowest notch to keep this place warm. So, not too bad. Okay, that is installing the vent-free gas heater. It wasn't very hard if you just go by the instructions. Just go by what I did and you'll be fine. But double check those gas fittings. Make sure you don't have any leaks. That's where you get yourself into trouble, when you get leaks. And if you can't do it, call a professional. They'll do it for you. So I'd like to tell everybody thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment if you'd like. And don't forget, I'll leave links in the description down below to Amazon, so you guys can get the heater, the kit, even the putty that I used on the threads. So, till next time.